From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Stream. What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBICD Primetime Capper, and it is time for the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, and it is Friday, my favorite day of the week, and we have a guest coming in today, Kornegay, who's going to be our who's the VP of the Westgate Superbook Las Vegas. So he'll be coming in today to talk to us a little bit about the props and everything that's been going on at the Westgate Superbook this week. So pretty much that will be coming up here at the top of the hour in our next segment. But first, let's go ahead and get into the news of last night. And boy, oh boy, what a night it was for the Buckeyes out in Iowa last night. They went ahead and they upset the Hawkeyes last night slightly. The Hawkeyes coming into game number 8 in the nation right now, and they were undefeated at home. And last night, Ohio State made sure to go ahead and take care of their business and beat them 89-85. Let's go ahead and check out the highlights real quick. Man, it was a hell of a game last night. All right, so here we are, early action, and we got ourselves at Ohio State up 8, and then their nice little 3, dribble, drive, slam, dunk. Oh boy, Iowa finds themselves another 3. So pretty much this game is critical. Iowa with another big 3 last night, and there it is, Ohio State, bang. Ohio State was down at that moment. Garza puts his boys back up 11 at that time. And then here comes Ohio State. 2-hand slam, cutting the lead down to single digits there. But then here, Iowa's still scrapping, still fighting. There they are. And boom, there it is. And then pump fake, and there it was. Man, oh man, biggest shot of the night for Ohio State right there. And I'm going to just go ahead and do it again. Okay. All right, so there it is. And another big 3 for Ohio State. All these coming down in the clutch as well, too. And so here we are in the final seconds of the game last night. Luka Garza trying to throw up a desperation 3, not going to get it. And then pretty much another desperation 3, not going to get it. Ohio State, when you look up, there's no more time on the clock. Ohio State wins the game by 4. And there it is. Ohio State gets the win last night, 89-85 over the number 8 team in the nation, the Iowa Hawkeyes. So there it is. Very good game last night, and this is making Ohio State look really good when it comes to who's going to be the number 1 seed in the Big Ten as well, too. So pretty much there it is with our college basketball game of the night, and we did have Ohio State with the plus 5.5 for you as well, too. So if you tailed it, congrats on cashing that ticket last night. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this Utah game from last night. Utah has the best record in the league right now, 17th win, 13th win out of their last 14 games as well, too. This team is on an absolute roll right now. They are tough to beat, and man, they just put it on the Hawks last night, who had no Trae Young, and Spider just wanted to make sure he put in his work last night. Gobert did what he wanted to do last night, but that was a full-on team effort win last night. Let's go ahead and check out the highlights for that one. All right, so Spider Mitchell over there getting it on, and here goes a little blooper to start the game off. So, yeah, top 10 bloopers of the year, that will be in it. You already know Spider Mitchell, 27 points a game, but still, sometimes you're going to have those bloopers, and it happens. And then here goes some more bloopers in this game as well, too. 2 missed shots, another bunny missed. Oh, wow. And then Gobert throws the ball to the out of bounds, man. Yeah, literally out of bounds. So pretty much Quinn Snyder's like, well, we got to clean this up. And boy, oh boy, did the Jazz do that. Oh, there it is. Bogdanovich with the nice layup. Then the ball back out to Ingles. Oh, Spider with another 3. There it is. Spider Mitchell knocking it down. And then we enter the second half. There it is. Spider Mitchell once again to the hoop. Oh, and 1. Yeah, got him, coach. No problem. All right, so some more. Royce O'Neal, alley-oop, Gobert, There it is, the French Connection. Ingles working around, and Ingles, oh, with the little fake English style, English tea crumpets. And once again, Gobert to the hoop again with the nice little layup. And Trae Young could just look on and say, man, I'm glad I wasn't out there tonight. Because Utah is hot. It didn't matter if Trey was playing; they was gonna get smoked last night. And once again, here goes a little fun fact as well too. Once again, this will be a that will be the 13th win for that team as well last night as well. So pretty much we'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get into the our next game, and it was the upset of the night, which was between Philly with the Blazers and the 76ers last night. And boy, oh boy, that was a good game as well too. So pretty much let's go ahead and check out that one as well. And here we go. All the Joel Embiid gets hurt very early in the game, but you know what? Joel Embiid was a soldier about it. He goes ahead and goes back into the locker room. I don't know what they did. They worked some type of mojo out for him last night, and he was still able to have a very sufficient game for the 76ers last night. So pretty much good to see him back in there, that it wasn't anything serious. Okay, dribble drive to the hoop, Joel Embiid. Man, this guy is trying to be on Shaq level this season, and he's doing a pretty good job of it as well. 2 takes on the double team, and he gets the and one as well too. And then pretty much once again going around the pick, Embiid working it. What are you doing, Ennis? Yeah, move out the way. All right, and Joel Embiid is just wow, triple team everybody. Okay, that's the big man for you right there. So Joel Embiid had a heck of a second half, but here come the Blazers and Carmelo. Don't forget about Melo. Don't forget about me. That's all it says all the time. And there we go. The young boy Simmons with the nice 3, and then Carmelo again puts up the Blazers by 15 last. And then here we go, another great moment here. Anthony Simmons, the young boy who's about 20 years old, out there throws up a nice little layup there, and goes ahead and helps his team beat the 76ers last night, 121-112. And there it is, biggest dog of the night last night, plus 10, maybe one of the biggest dogs of the week that just went straight up. So, you know what? If anybody could do it, it's the Blazers. So there it is. And they did that without Dame Lillard and McCallum last night as well, too. So there it is. We're going to go ahead and move forward to the state of the Lakers. And, first, but before we get to the state of the Lakers, let's talk about the player of the night, because they all kind of coincide with each other in a sense. So here we are. We got LeBron James last night, 35, 10, and 10. What a game for the Kang last night. It seems like LeBron has unlocked the invincibility level in the NBA, because this guy is just on another level, and it's like the game is just too easy for him. Everybody else is playing on Hall of Fame mode. He's playing on rookie. It's just unbelievable how great LeBron James is at 36 years old. It's just amazing. I'm made to, I don't even want to talk about him like that highly, because, you 36 years old, you're telling yourself, hey, it's time to go ahead and wrap this thing up. But with LeBron, it's like, hey, buddy, just go ahead and keep going. This might be the first guy that can actually still play, and he's at 45, 46 years old. I think LeBron's going to probably go till he's 50. So we'll see how it goes. But, man, LeBron, great game last night, 35, 10, and 10. Lakers go ahead and come up big last night. Had a great second half after having a very sluggish first half last night. And I feel like the Lakers they're getting into their groove. And as I said before, they're going to start slow at home. That's exactly what happened last night. And the Lakers still figured out ways to just go ahead and take care of their business. The Lakers dropped 68 points in the second half compared to the 35 of the Nuggets in the second half last night. So that was a really good game. They were talking about how the Nuggets want to hold on to the ball, kind of play that old Detroit Pistons style of basketball, and the Lakers didn't really care. They know that they have the stronger. They know that they have the better team. They have the stronger players, and they just went ahead and took care of their business last night, and it's that simple. The Lakers go ahead and get themselves a nice win last night by 21 points, winning the game 114-93. They had a full-out team effort. The bench did a great job as well, too, last night, supplying the team with 41 points off the bench as well, too. Kuzma had 11. Harrell had 13. THT with 17 off the bench. THT coming up big, and he was in that closing lineup last night as well, too. So you gotta love it. Great job by the and also another note, LeBron James, and sorry about that. LeBron actually scored 27 last night, 27 points. He played on 35 minutes. So sorry about that. But he was a plus 21 last night as well, too. So pretty much LeBron James looking real MVP. Like I think we already have our MVP if everything works out the way it's supposed to this season. So there it is. There it is. We're gonna go ahead and take our first break. But before we take our first break, let's go ahead and you see the hat on top of my head? You already know. Go ahead and hit up www.hatclub.com. You guys will be able to get yourself the latest drip from them, and you guys can go ahead and hit the link in the description for the 10% off on any order that's $50 or better. Once again, that's www.hatclub, and you guys can go ahead and get yourself a nice little discount for 10% off for any orders that are $50 or more. Okay. And that is a proud sponsor of our show, www.hatclub.com. And with that,
Good
we'll be right
News
back.
Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube. All right, so we are back and we are waiting on our guests right now. So we'll wait. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of jump ahead a little bit. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and jump into the actual props and everything like that. I'm gonna say the NBA and all that stuff for a little bit later on in the show. And we do have a busy guest today, so hopefully everything works out. Hopefully he didn't get too busy. It is Friday and it is a big day in Vegas when it comes to betting as well too. So pretty much here we are. We have ourselves some great props going on, and let's go ahead and talk about Super Bowl 55. All right, road to Super Bowl 55. The Bucks went ahead and they felt like they landed some gold when they were able to go get the wily vet, the GOAT himself of the 21st century, Tom Brady. Tom Brady somewhat is on a revenge tour right now and trying to show the world that he still has it at 43 years old and can go ahead and win his, 7th Super Bowl now, and he said he's trying to top out his buddy Michael Jordan. So pretty much this is his 10th Super Bowl, and would be his 3rd in the last 4 years as well too. So Tom Brady, we have seen a lot of Tom Brady's face over this last 20-year stretch of his career. And everybody had this idea that the Bucks will be here, but I do feel like, pretty much at the end of the day, the Bucks were able to draw in the correct way. They didn't have to deal with the holding on and trying to dominate the NFC South this year, and they knew that they had the more healthier, more cerebral quarterback anyway, at the end of the day. So when they met up again in that divisional playoff, that was just a walk in the park for Brady because they were ready for that game. And you know what? Breeze is pretty much through. And then when you go into the next week and you go against Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is up there, we're already giving Aaron Rodgers the MVP, and we're thinking to ourselves that, hey, you know what? They should go ahead and get that wrong from, week 3. And no, they were absolutely dominated in all senses of the word, but they did figure out ways to come back. But Brady did show his age, throwing those 3 picks in the 4th quarter as well too. So, does that give you a lot of confidence going into Sunday's game? Maybe, maybe not. But then you have the Chiefs. the Chiefs might have had one of the most dominant seasons in all of that you'll ever see in the NFL, where a team figured it out all the time. They can give you a 10-point spot and still beat you by 20. And this team they're just different. They got a great quarterback, but then they have a wide receiver that is running at an Olympic track level somewhat out there. Boy, that guy is fast. Then you got other fast players, and Mecole Hardman. And then you got probably one of the top 10 tight ends of all time in Travis Kelce, a guy that can just flat out catch anything that you throw to him. And it's always in big chunks and big yardage and all that good stuff. And, hey, he's an end zone magnet as well, too. And then you got yourself Le'Veon Bell, a guy who was paid a lot of money and was seen as one of the better players in the NFL. But you know what? He's kind of came back into his own a little bit. So it is what it is with that group right there. Then you got a great rookie in Hilaire as well, too. And then you got a defense that doesn't get enough credit, but they have a lot of guys on that defense that will be shining stars on anybody else's D. Guys like Frank Clark, the Honey Badger. These guys are incredible, and they've done a great job this season making sure that this team has been dominant, and that the only goal that they had was getting back to the Super Bowl and defending that Lombardi, and that's exactly what they did. And they lost 2 games on the season, and one of them was to the Raiders, bitter rival, and the other was to the Chargers, final game of the season without their starting quarterback. And pretty much I knew this team was very special when they were able to lock it down against the Browns in a situation where all NFL scenarios say the Browns win the game, especially when the best quarterback in football goes out for a guy, and then you bring in a guy who hasn't had any playing time like the last 3 years. So pretty much, man, I'm telling you, this is a great Super Bowl, but at the same time, it's the writings on the wall. So the drum roll for my pick into this year's NFL Super Bowl, it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs money line minus 160. That's the big bet right there. You go hard or go home. We're going to just go straight up. I don't want those points because this game is going to be probably very close, and it's going to probably wind up being a 3-point game. And I think that does help out the Bucks backers. I feel like they're going to make this a Super Bowl where everybody wins somewhat, but pretty much just go ahead, and I'm going to take the Chiefs just straight up. And with the minus 160, I feel like they'll be up at the half as well, too. 2.5, I'll take the points for that. And then I'll take the points for the first quarter as well, too. And I feel like the game's going to stay under 56.5 points. I think that the defense is going to find a way to really bottle up Tom Brady here. So that's where I'm going here. But let's go ahead and talk real quick about the props. And let's first talk about the props for the game, just the regular props for the game and everything like that. So pretty much here we are. And I have heads for that. And everybody knows it's heads or tails, what you're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take heads here. And then also we have the 9.5 Chiefs alternate line. I'm going to go ahead and take the plus 185 here. And it is what it is, man. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game by 10 or better, to be honest with you. And yes, will the game be decided by 10 points? I have that as well, too, plus 285. And then the Chiefs winning margin by 7 or 12 points, I have that as well, too, the plus 550. I just really feel like this is going to be an ultimate, I don't know, I would say a power driver to Tom Brady and everything like that, to just show this guy that, you know what, you're old and you don't have Bill here anymore, and you're not going to be able to make the same adjustments Bill Belichick would have made on the Super Bowl Sunday. I don't see Bowles taking away the best player on the Chiefs offense like Bill Belichick would have on Sunday. So pretty much this is what I'm looking at. Those are the prop bets, but let's go ahead and check out the player props. And with the player props, man, we got some fun ones. Tyreek Hill wins the MVP 10-1. I just think that the cheat is going to be way too much come Sunday. I think that he's just going to be an absolute monster, and that's my long shot to win the MVP. But we all know it's a quarterback's league. If Mahomes throws over more than 2.5 touchdowns, which I'm banking on, he'll be the MVP without a doubt. Tyreek Hill can get a 99-yard touchdown. They're still going to hand the MVP to Mahomes regardless. So pretty much Patrick Mahomes, the minus 120 is not too, it's not too chalky. It's a pretty good value there for the minus 120. So why not? And then Mecole Hardman over 3 catches. Mecole Hardman is going to be, to me, one of the X factors on the Chiefs. I know a lot of people are calling out Antonio Brown as being an X factor in this game, but I think Mecole Hardman will wind up being the X factor. He was a big asset to them in the Buffalo game, getting that big run in that game as well too, after fumbling the ball as well too, to give the Bills great field position and, you know, help the Bills get up 9-zip. But did it really matter? That's how good this Chiefs team is. A team will get up 9 points on them or whatever, and once again, they won't bat an eye and say that we got this, and pretty much that's what they do. They got it. So Mecole Hardman, I think he's going to be up for a big game, and I think Tyreek Hill scores the first touchdown on a nice little go route or something of that nature, somewhere where he's in motion. And then we got Antonio Brown touchdown as well too, 2-1. I think that he does get himself a touchdown while nobody's looking. You know what I mean? So I got Antonio Brown up here as well too. And then we got Mahomes with probably the most expensive ticket of them all with the minus 170, the over 2.5 passing touchdowns. And they're pretty much telling us that should be a go right there with the minus 170 on top of it. But really, that's just because bettors are annihilating the bet as well too. All right, so there it is with the player prop bets for you guys. And with that, pretty much you guys already know that we have great sponsors, and we just added another great sponsor here, Fubo TV. Fubo TV, man, you guys can watch all your live sports, all your shows, all the news, everything that you want. They got it all here on Fubo TV. You guys go ahead and hit the link that's in the show description, and you guys can go ahead and get a 7-day free trial. And then right after that, you guys can go ahead, and if you want to sign up, you guys can actually have it for $55 a month. They do not have any credit checks. So if you guys don't want to pay your bill at the end of the month, they'll just cut it off and move on down the road. So pretty much there it is, Fubo TV. You guys go ahead and check them on out. You guys get a 7-day trial on me. Just go ahead and press the link and go from there. With that, this is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live.
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube. All right. We are back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. All right, so pretty much let's go ahead and jump into it. We have ourselves a great looking group today in the NBA, but we're going to go ahead and break down these 5 games right here. So up first, we got ourselves a really good one here with the Pelicans and the Pacers. And the Pelicans and the Pacers are playing some pretty good basketball at this moment right now. I think the Pelicans are actually coming kind of into their own a little bit, even though it doesn't look like that on paper. They've been playing much better basketball as of late. The Pacers have kind of been in the middle of the road to me a little bit. Now, when I look at the last 5 or so from the Pacers, I would say that this team could be playing a little bit better. They are getting the wins and everything like that, but they're just really kind of just kind of getting away with murder a little bit. But they did have a good win the other night against Memphis. So pretty much you can't take too much away from them in that regard. But when I look at their record right now and see that pretty much they've actually lost their last 4 out of last 6 out of 10 games. So this team got to get it together tonight, especially in a spot like this against the Pelicans, who have been having their issues on the road and having their issues against the Eastern Conference this season as well too. So when I look at this, I say to myself, the Pelicans looking looking like a team that's ready to blow. They're ready to start going and try to chase that 8th seed. So we're going to see how it goes. But at the end of the day, I really truly think that this one winds up being a much better game than it looks like on paper. I know that a lot of people will favor the Pacers here, but they're going to have to work for this one tonight. But I like them. I like the Pacers a lot here. I think that they can go ahead and have a good night, a big night here. So let's go ahead and see how it shakes out, and we move from there. All right, so our next game up, we're going to have ourselves a really good one here with the Bulls and the Magic. Now, the Bulls coming into this game, they got Zach LaVine as their top scorer right now. Zach LaVine is averaging 26.5 points right now. He's shooting almost 51% from the field goal. And then he's also 40% from the three-point line as well, too. And he's almost 90% from the free throw line. So this guy is out of his mind this year. So, honestly, the Bulls know that they have a bona fide all-star in LaVine. But at the same time, though, they have a key asset that they can move to add more pieces. And I'm not talking about just draft picks where they can add more pieces that can make this team even better. You know what I mean? Zach LaVine is a guy that I think that a new location probably will suit him best than Chicago, because I think that he's a superstar, and I would love to see a guy like that at Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? Somebody like that playing for Miami, he deserves a bigger market, in my opinion. And honestly, a team that needs to make a push for him right now, and they're struggling, is the Dallas Mavericks. Because the Dallas Mavericks would look really good with a Zach LaVine running the 2 for you, and that would take a little bit of pressure off of Luka doing all the scoring. So maybe they might want to think about that in a sense, because they're not going to get anything out of KP. KP's done. He was on the New York Knicks, and he balled on the Knicks, and he got hurt on the Knicks, and pretty much that's your career once you get hurt on the Knicks. And pretty much his talent, that same talent that she's looking for, isn't there anymore, in my opinion. He's just a really big, long player out there. Looks like AK-47 to me now. So pretty much it is what it is, man. And then we have Orlando. Orlando is coming into this one. Orlando is just a team that they're the Jacksonville Jaguars of the NBA. Nobody cares about them, but they got players that you want to like. They got Cole Anthony, son of Greg Anthony, great basketball player. Then you got Terrence Ross, another high flyer, great player, fun to watch. Then you got Aaron Gordon, who you're waiting to say, okay, is he a superstar in this league or is he just another regular player? I can't call him a superstar with a career average of 15 points a game. He jumps, he plays hard. But Aaron Gordon's another guy that probably will fit better on a team that's moving towards championships. Like if you put him on somebody like the Nets, he would be a great asset to that team. If you put him on somebody like the Lakers, he would be a great asset to that team and the Clippers. But it's just I don't see the fit anymore with Orlando. But they do have good players in Vucevic, who seems to be their face of the franchise in all honesty. So when I look at this game, I say to myself, this should be one that is a toss-up in a sense, but I think that when we really get down to it, this game is going to be one of those games that's going to stay up under the radar. So we'll see how it goes. We move forward from there, and we have ourselves another good game tonight, and that's going to be between the Raptors and the Nets. And all eyes are going to be on this one. It's going to be on ESPN tonight as well too. So pretty much, Brooklyn has became now the new it team on TNT and ESPN. It don't matter who they playing. So pretty much, you got the Raptors coming into this game. The Raptors are actually playing much better basketball now. This team was struggling to start the season, but now they've gotten it together and they're playing way better. And they got 2 good wins over Orlando as well too. So they're getting into the groove of things, but I still think that this team needs to make some type of deal to move forward, and get back to form. You can't really have Fred VanVleet be a leading scorer, to be honest with you, because you guys, Siakam, who got paid big dollars since they couldn't pay Kawhi, they paid him, and he's only averaging 19.2 a game. We got to get more from Siakam. You got to get more from him because Siakam was an absolute monster when Kawhi was there and they were playing in the finals, and they had this idea that he could be their Scottie Pippen, their Tracy McGrady, something great, you know what I mean? And something that they built, that they felt like. But see, the guys like this, you don't have to pay them that much. You just got to just keep them happy, in my opinion. And pretty much you got Kyle Lowry, who looks like if this team keeps struggling this year, he will be a top trade asset, in my opinion. I think that he might be playing against his future team tonight as well, too, because it seems like the Nets got a whole bunch of things in place that they can make deals with for some odd reason. So pretty much I'm looking at this and I'm telling myself this big 3 is something special, man. When you look at the total amount of points that they're getting in the game, you're just like, whoa. You just whoa. You know what I mean? These guys are averaging 92 points as a trio. And it's just like, this is insane. Like, seriously, it's really insane. And they're actually getting 22 assists tonight as a trio, too. So they are pretty much the end-all, be-all when it comes to the Nets. The Nets are de facto playing 3-on-5 right now when they got their big 3 out there. The other 2 guys, do what you can. You know what I mean? But they're going to need more from Jeff Green. They're going to need more from Joe Harris, and they're going to need more from Lou Barrett as well too, in my opinion. But I think they're going to be all right. They're going to be decent, because they got Landry Shamet as well too, who's a really good shooter. So they're fine in a sense. But I think what happens tonight is that the Raptors are going to make them play a bit. But the Nets are just too good at home. And it's too tough to just say, yeah, the Nets ain't, the Nets ain't got this, the Raptors should. No, it's not the same Raptors team that we're used to. So I'm just over it. So we move forward and from there. And that's a -5 for the Nets tonight and an over-under at 239.5. All right, so we move on and we have ourselves another under-the-radar game. This game is going to be a game that a lot of people will want to throw action on because the over-under is very favorable because, the Minnesota Timberwolves can't stick anybody for a lick. Period, point blank. So, you got to get that part out the way. Then you got OKC, who's the pick, who will be the pick, and they're over under 219.5 as well. So pretty much, the Thunder's been getting shellacked their last few games as well, too, but they did get a good 17-point win on a bounce back versus Houston after being beat by 30 points the night before. So you got to respect their resiliency. Now, the Wolves, on the other hand, the Wolves seem to only really get you good wins every 5 to 6 games. I don't know what this team is playing for, but I truly do think that this team is playing for some more draft picks. And I think that might not be the right mentality right now, because Anthony Edwards, you might be wasting him, because at first I didn't think much of him, but the kid can play. You know what I mean? He got some game, but I don't think he fits on that team, though, to be honest with you. So when they get to draft day next year, if you're somebody like Atlanta, you might want to make a deal. You might want to make a deal for the kid, because he's already from Atlanta as is, and he would be a great counterpart for Trey, to be honest with you. So maybe they might want to look into that. But I know that the Timberwolves seem to be just collecting paychecks at this point in time. It's just a really sad sight with them, because at least the Wizards, they're bad, but at least they try. You know what I mean? The Wolves just get shellacked left and right. Come on, we showed you guys the highlights the other night with DeMar DeRozan dunking on them, and guys just look like they don't want to be there. So, when I look at this game, this is a real toss-up, under the radar game, but this game will get a lot of action because it's favorable for both sides. But honestly, when you look at it at the end of the day, you know that that's an alley-oop over right there. So there it is. I kind of leaked it for you, and there it is with that. And pretty much we move forward to our final game that I'm reviewing for tonight, and it's going to be the night capper. It's going to be the Celtics and the Clippers tonight, and the Celtics coming into this game feeling good, feeling great after a big win over the Warriors the other night, and they should be able to find themselves in a good position in this game tonight as well too, because the Clippers are coming from back east right now, and they had a nice little easy win against the Cavaliers the other night, but they might run into a little bit of trouble here against the Cavs. I mean, not against the Cavs, but against the Celtics. Now, the Celtics did get upended, though, by Sacramento, but that happens. You know what I mean? You go to Sacramento on a Wednesday night, things like that are going to happen. You know what I mean? Because Sacramento is a team that you can't really ever overlook. When you play them, you're going to have to beat them down. Like, you got to really take their soul early in the game. Because if you don't do that, they're going to be with you all. They're going to be on you all night long. All right. So pretty much, and once I get done with this, I'm going to have some breaking news for you guys as well too, that's coming in. Okay. So when I look at this, I think the Celtics should be able to take care of their business tonight, even though the Clippers will probably still be a heavy favorite regardless, because everybody's feeling the Clippers. Everybody thinks the Clippers are just right there, and I still think this team has a lot to figure out. And I think that it really does start with the coaching. You know what I mean? Their coach kind of is on cruise control, and he kind of just lets them run the team a little bit. So, if Kawhi and them feel like being all-stars that night, they're going to get an all-star effort from these guys. But if they feel like just showing up and just being on the court, then it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? So pretty much when I look at this one, I do love Boston tonight as my dog of the day, plus 210. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. I think Boston takes care of it tonight, and they get themselves a nice win. I think they win by 9, 10 or better, to be honest with you, because they're well rested and they didn't have to fly much. Flying from Sac, that's a 2.5 hour ride. I think maybe an hour and a half. I don't know, but it's not that far from LA on the plane. So there it is. So with that, we will be right back with some talking tickets. It looks like that we will have to have our guests for another day. But with that, we can go ahead and you stay shop and you get yourself that Stacey Adams and make yourself look really good, make yourself look really great, and use that code LNK10 and get 10% off on anything that's $75 or better. So once again, claim that 10% off and get that LNK 10, and then you'll be able to be in the game, get real sharp and look real good for the Super Bowl this weekend. So there it is. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
All right. Talking tickets. That's what we on right now, baby. And we had a good night last night. So you guys don't sleep on this because we had an 8 and we went 3 out of 5 last night in the super high 5, man. So pretty much that was lovely last night for you guys who single those bets. So we had the dog of the day hit as well, plus 135 on the Rockets, and also at the 8.5 on the Jazz, but that went up to a 10. It didn't matter. He still won by 21 points. And then we had we had the I'm trying to think, man. Blazers plus 10. Yeah. Blazers plus 10. And come on, that was the upset of the night. So pretty much we put that up there as a highlight to just kind of just rub it in more. So it is what it is. So let's go ahead and look at that CBB primetime pick 6. All right, we got LIU Brooklyn today with the -4. We're going to bounce back with this one. They lost yesterday, but it's a double header, so they should get this one back. So I like Brooklyn today to win this one by 6 or better. Then we got Northern Kentucky, and I'm going to take them with the plus 105 today. They should be good money against Green Bay, so let's see how that one goes, see how that one shakes out. And then we have South Bama with the -115. I think this should be a good bet as well, too, if you want to single it. And then we also have the -6 on Dayton as well, too. Dayton should be good money today. They're at home, and they're in a spot against George Mason, a team that they always play very well. So I think that they should take care of their business, get themselves a nice win here. And then we have South Dakota in the Battle of the States. Pretty much they're going against South Dakota State. They're the road team today. I think South Dakota makes this a much better game than it looks like on paper, and I think they will be able to cover that plus 6.5 right there. And then I go out to the boys in Riverside, Cal Baptist, and I think Cal Baptist, pretty much will be able to cover that plus 10.5. They've been able to be a good little covering team for me this year, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again, plus 10.5 on Cal Baptist. Let's see how it shakes out. All right, so we move forward, and let's go ahead and talk about the dog big foe. And with the dog big foe today, we're going to go ahead and take Cal State Bakersfield with the plus 210. And also we're going to take Nevada today, another home team, plus 160. Also Old Dominion, another home team, plus 180. And Arkansas State, money line, plus 135, who are also a home team. Bakersfield is our only road squad today, so I feel really good about this ticket. This is a 54-1 for a 4-piece right here, so pretty much you guys go ahead and put your 20 on there. You get back 1,080 off that deal. So let's see how it shakes out, and there it is, the dog pick 4, 54-1 for you. All right, so let's go ahead and check on out the NBA Super High Five for today. And in the NBA Super High Five, we got the under 223.5 with the Bulls and the Magic today. I think that should be a hitter right there because the Magic don't score a lot of points, but they figure out ways to kind of clamp down a little bit so their opponents don't score a lot of points. We're in Orlando tonight where it seems like points scoring big points is a premium. I don't see that happening in this game tonight. So under 223.5 with the Bulls and the Magic. Then we got the -5 on the Nets tonight as well too. And pretty much I do love that bet as well too. That one should be a good one for us as well. And as you guys can see, it's a little bit merged together, but we have the Pacers and money line as well with the -120. And I think this should be some good money for us as well too tonight. So we'll see how that one shakes out. And then we move forward and have the over 219.5 with the Wolves and the Thunder. And that one, like I said, that's an alley-oop over for me tonight. Wolves and Thunder, they're no defense tonight. These guys know that. No defense at all tonight, fellas, okay? Just let's play an and one game, all right? Better yet, a ball-up game, okay? And then my dog of the day, once again, the Celtics. Luck of the Irish. Let's see what they can do. Plus 210, and there it is. The NBA Super High Five, 39-1. Let's see how it shakes out. All right, so with that breaking news I was trying to tell you guys about, the Dodgers have just signed a very, very strong pitcher, and that is Trevor Bauer, the hometown kid. He's from the Valley, and he's going to go ahead and sign with the Dodgers for 3 years, $102 million. So there it is. Once again, Trevor Bauer has signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers for 3 years, over $102 million, and that boy just got paid. You already know, with these crazy taxes out in California, you need to have yourself $102 million contract. So that means the guy is going to be making what, 36? Is he 36? 35? 34? Well, how much is he going to be making a year? Somebody calculate that for me real quick. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Seriously, 102 for 3 years. And the Dodgers offered something of that same type of deal to Bryce Harper, who's now suffering in Philadelphia. So, Bryce, you should have took the 4 years. What? I think the Dodgers were going to give him 4 years in like 160. And he didn't want to take that deal. So, pretty much, it is what it is. Trevor Bauer gets paid. The Dodgers know what time it is. Pitching is the thing that gets them over the top, and the rich just get richer. That's all it is. So the Dodgers have pretty much put their flag down to go ahead and win another NL pennant, it looks like, next year, but they got to play the games first. So it is what it is at the end of the day, but another great show. I know that is a little bit shorter than it usually is, and all good. No worries. Our guest couldn't make it in today and everything like that. As I said before, he is the VP of the Westgate Superbook. So, things come up, and no worries with that. We'll have him on a later date, more confirmed and everything like that. So no problems with that as well. So it's all good, Mike. I just wanted to send a shout out to my man Mike Dixon from Vegas Sports Daily. And pretty much there it is, man. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DBICD Primetime Capper. And this is the Primetime Angles Live, and we'll be back Monday at noon.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.